Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. My name is David, I'm a life coach. I help people heal from all kinds of different trauma. This is a question answer video where I'm answering questions from the last question answer video last Monday. People went down in the description box, asked me questions, and I'm answering them today. So today, go down there and ask me anything you want, and I'll answer them next Monday. Hope everyone's doing well. It's hot here. I don't know how it is in the rest of the world. Probably not as hot as it is here. It's very, very hot. So I'm sorry if I'm red and I'm sweating. It's really hot. Even above my air conditioner. It's not working it well enough. Not when it gets into the hundreds. I like to recommend something to you guys every week to kind of help you. A suggestion, a recommendation to help you recover from trauma and abusive, traumatic relationships and things like this. This time I'm going to recommend another book. And Liz from Boston sparked my suggestion. So I'm going to read what Liz wrote. David, thank you. Boston, Massachusetts. I just wasted 10 years isolating in traumatized brain mode. Took some great quotes from this video today. My question, any good book recommendations for overcoming the social damage I have caused myself from avoiding experiences for so long? I'm guessing bad experiences for so long. How to not be awkward and stop apologizing so much and stop compromising so much. It's like the Chris Brown song line. How can you hate from outside the club? You can't even get in. I have reasoned with isolation by bashing others as having demons, being critical of them as bad influences or feeling like the bad influence around them. So I isolate more to work on myself, and obviously it doesn't work. So Liz and everybody else out there, that's a natural reaction to trauma and things that we can't control or feel like we have no control over and can't keep ourselves safe. You know, I get so many people asking me, David, how do I learn how to trust people? It's like, you got to learn how to trust yourself. You got to learn how to emotionally navigate through the world to get what you want and what you need. Really, really important. If we don't, then we don't get it. We don't get what we need. And we end up giving up and we isolate and not form relationships. And we think the world's a bad place. A lot of this, Liz, is we need to heal from our past experiences. So on the surface, I can tell you to, let's read a good book on boundaries. But deeper than that, Liz, you need help. Okay, we need some professional help to get through. There's a lot here. There's bad experiences in your adulthood. That means bad experiences in your childhood. If you don't think so, even more reason to go to professional help to point it out to you. So we need to heal from all of this. Okay, Liz, and this is all a sign of emotional neglect, meaning your parents didn't teach you how to give yourself what you want, what you need. This is about becoming very in tune with ourselves, with who we are, so that we know really well what our morals are, right? So we don't allow people in that don't value the same morals, but also we got to raise our self-worth. Raise our self-worth. Boundaries are a measure of our self-worth. We tell someone don't do that, they do it anyways, and we say, okay. That means we believe our life isn't worth more, isn't worth better. So I did come up with a book, Liz, and so the book is called Setting Boundaries Will Set You Free. The Ultimate Guide to Telling the Truth, Creating Connection, and Finding Freedom. And this is by Nancy Levin, because that's what this is about. Okay, boundaries are a measure of our self-worth, but it's communicating what we're comfortable with and not comfortable with. And it's not just about being safe. People really, really tend to think that boundaries are just a safety precaution, a way to keep ourselves safe so people don't hurt us and take advantage of us and things like this. But it's getting what we need. We need connections. And this is what you need, Liz. We need emotional connection with people and start trusting people more and learning how to get what we need and not being hurt. We start trusting ourselves more. Okay, so got to start forgiving ourselves and forgive the people that hurt us, meaning using compassion to really understand it all. That's healing, okay? So this seems like a really, really good book. I have not read this myself, but I looked long and hard, and I picked out what I think is the best book because Nancy here seems to really nail it, that it isn't just about stay back. It's also at the right moments asking people in our lives to come forward, to tell us they love us, to be there for us, to offer, to reassure us and give us security okay? We need to know how to do this. Emotional needs are the most important thing in our lives. And when we neglect ourselves, this is what happens. And other people neglected you, Liz. And this is what happens. Trauma, bad experience, bad experience, bad experience. Our brain tells us it's going to keep being bad experiences. And if we don't know how to stop that, stay safe, get what we need, then we stop trying. Stop trying. Real bad problem with men, but women do it too. So thank you for asking, Liz. I hope this helps. Let me know how this book is. I'd be really interested to know. Thank you. All right, so let's get on with the questions. All I ask you guys, please, is tell us your locations. I really like to know where you guys are from in the world. And people that need help, people that are isolating, like Liz, people that feel all alone and nobody is there to help them. They don't have anyone to talk to about this stuff, and they think that nobody understands them, and we just have all the stuff inside and we feel so alone. So if we can feel a little connected, if we can have a little validation with all of you out in the world, and just kind of say, hey, you know, I'm going through the same thing over here in Scotland. Hey, it's affecting me too over here in Panama. You know, I just think it's a really neat thing. A little community down here. We need it. We all need this kind of support. So please tell us where you guys are from, your locations. Thank you. So let's get started with the first question in the Q&As. It's from Joey from San Francisco. Hello, Joey. Joey says, my ex-mother-in-law, frequently punches her husband in front of her grandkids for no apparent reason. Scolds her adult daughters in public. Calls everyone fat. She was laughing 1 minute and then yelling the next, and then followed by crying. She is afraid that her adult children will abandon her. She is obese and often binges on food. She argues with anyone and everyone she comes across with. She has verbal diarrhea and won't shut up after talking for 2 hours straight. She won't hear or listen to people when they talk. Does she have borderline personality disorder? Her 2 adult children are both narcissistic, and her husband is a codependent who lost his voice years ago. What do you think? Thank you so much for answering my last question. You are very clear and easy to understand. Love your videos, Joey from San Francisco. Thank you, Joey, very much for telling me. I'm not going to say somebody has a personality disorder, and I'm not a doctor to do that, and even doctors wouldn't do that. But what you're stating here are all the traits of borderline personality disorder. That's not to say she has it, okay? It's just you listed off several traits. And I made a video, gosh, I don't know, a month or 2 ago. It's titled, I made 2 back-to-back videos. Are they really a narcissist, and then the second one, or actually borderline? And I kind of really outlined those. You can go watch those, Joey. Those might help you. And you can always, all of you can look up the diagnostic traits in the DSM, Diagnostic Statistics Manual 5. It shows real black and white what they are. And you can go through that with somebody you know. But it's very difficult with somebody you know personally. It's easier to do with someone you don't know personally. It's kind of a bizarre thing, but it's true. But anyways, I can tell you that sounds very borderline. If that helps, I'll go through each one. The anger and attacks, the real impulsive reactions, are all borderline-ish. You know, they're diagnostic traits, and the talks all about herself forever. They really want attention. She binges on food. That's another possible trait. And the emotional dysregulation, the laughing, the yelling, the crying, all of them 60 seconds, can't regulate emotions. All of that is very, but yeah, I don't know how else to help you, because I can't just tell you someone has a personality disorder. I hope you understand. I'm not going to do that. Thanks, Joey. Feel free to keep asking me more questions, though, about it. If I can help you in any other way, ask, please. Thanks, Joey. Next question is from Darnell in Illinois. Hi, Darnell. Good to see you again. Could an empath who is in a narcissistic abusive relationship pick up certain traits and become abusive with these traits into the new relationship? What does this mean? Absolutely. Yeah. these sayings mean so much. These sayings we hear, like, you are who you keep company with. Things like this can't be more true. Okay. So what's happening is we all value something in life, okay, Darnell? And say the empath, right, values all these great morals. They value honesty, they value respect, self-respect, integrity, loyalty. They value these things, okay? And that is who we are. It really is. We're much more than things we identify with our body or our brain and our thoughts, okay? It's really our opinion, our wants, our needs, how we feel, and what we value, the morals that we value. That really is who we are, okay, Darnell? And when we date somebody who's abusing us, they don't value those morals, do they? Okay? And this is all about compromising self. So if I have, I don't know how else better to use it. If these are the morals that I value, honesty, loyalty, integrity, safety, or respect for other people, these are my morals that I value, right? And if I lie to somebody, because I value honesty, integrity, if I lie, say I lie to my boss, and I say it's okay to lie to my boss because I don't want to lose my job, and I was late today, and it's the third time, and if I lie to my boss again, I'm going to get fired, so I'm going to lie to my boss. But to do that, you can't say you value these things. You got to go, well, no, okay. You know, maybe honesty, integrity, I'll put those aside, okay? But I value these things, right? But I had to compromise those things to lie to people. And it doesn't feel good. It makes me less stable because I'm moving them around, okay? So say I cheat on my wife. Well, there goes loyalty, and there goes respect for others, okay? And the more I do that, the more I can move these around, and it gets easier and easier to move around so that they don't become principal in my daily life anymore. My sense of self is unstable. It's easier and easier to lie. I think most people understand that concept. The more you lie, the easier it is. The less conscious you are of who you are. Okay? So now that I'm in this abusive relationship, and instead of making the narcissist stop abusing me, because remember, if to lie and to disrespect other people and stuff like this and cheat on my wife, I got to move these out of the way, and it feels unstable. Well, the same thing goes with people I allow in my life. Okay? So if my wife disrespects somebody else and lies to somebody else, I have to move these out of the way to keep her in my life. I have to say, well, this time it's okay. This time I don't really value these things. This time it's okay for her to abuse somebody else or disrespect or lie or something like that. Or let's say it's okay for my wife to cheat on me. She cheated on me. She didn't really apologize. I'm not really sure if she'll do it again. Every time I talk about it or bring it up, she gets mad at me and tells me, "Oh God, stop bringing up the past. I already told you I'm sorry." You know, so I gotta move these out of the way and say it's okay to disrespect me. I'm not going to value loyalty that much. It's okay. Okay, and the more I keep doing that, the easier it is to do it. And which means that instead of making this person stop abusing me, I keep moving these out of the way and accepting it more and more and more, which makes it easier for me to do things back to her. Now, after 6 months of her abusing me and calling me names, and I caught her cheating twice, things like this, I've moved these out of the way so much I don't have them anymore, right? And so it doesn't bother me as much to call her a bitch, right? Call her the C word. Or maybe go cheat on her, because I'm not stopping it. I'm allowing her in my life. I'm allowing her to disrespect me. I'm allowing her to not be loyal. I'm allowing her to mess with my integrity, to not respect me, to not have self-respect. And so all my morals are gone. So it's easier to be immoral. It's easier for me to fight back with her and call her names and go cheat on her and lie to her. Well, she's going to cheat on me. I'll go cheat on her. I hope that makes sense, Darnell. And so even if the relationship ends and we go date right away, I got loose morals still, right? These things aren't principal in my daily life anymore. It becomes easier and easier. So I have to find myself again. I have to stay single long enough, and I got to find myself again and start valuing these things again and start showing it again. Start treating people with respect and stop lying. Start having respect for myself. and start showing that my word means a lot. Okay, start putting value into these things again. I have to do that. I hope that makes sense. The more that you move your principles around, the less stable they are. And that's your sense of self. That means you have a less stable sense of self. And it becomes easier and easier to do that. So when you see people that say, oh, I value honesty, but they lie, run. For one, they don't know who they are, and they don't mind going against anything they even say they value. They may not even value any morals at all, like narcissists don't. Okay? Hope that makes sense, Darnell. If it doesn't, keep asking me, please. Next question is from Maria in Sweden. Hello. Oh, lost it. There it is. Hello, David. I'm from Sweden. Is it common that the narc shows his rage in public? Thank you for a great channel. Thank you for saying that, Maria. Is it common for a narcissist to show rage in public? People are so different. I don't know if that's if you take all the narcissists, you're asking me, do most show rage in public? Probably not, I guess, because it's just socially unacceptable. And narcissists still understand that concept, and they definitely want to be socially accepted. Okay? And they really care about how they look, appearance. Not saying they have to be pretty, about being accepted, that they fit in. They look okay. I'm like you. I'm just like you. Don't hate on me. You know, please accept me. That's the narcissist. Low self-esteem, right? Waiting for you to tell me who I am, if I'm good enough. Am I okay? So they don't want to, right? But there's different types of people. There's different types of personalities. There are even different types of narcissists. So you've got the overt narcissist who doesn't care as much what you think, who can't control his emotions, who will rage in public, who will abuse people right there at the grocery store, right? Talk crap, say nasty, mean things. And then you've got a covert narcissist who never tells you what they're thinking or what they're feeling ever. So they could be raging inside and they'll smile at you. Passive aggressively, you just pissed him off so much and he'll go, okay, thank you. And then 8 hours later, 8 days later, 8 weeks later, 8 months later, he tries to ruin your life for it. Okay? So, my guess is most, no. Just for the mere fact that all they care about is their ego, what they look like. And they know that's unacceptable. They also have problems, with self-awareness and what they look like. So they'll go and rage impulsively, and then they feel embarrassed or ashamed about it and act like nothing happened. No, I didn't do anything. That was your fault. I don't know if that helps. I don't know if I answered your question, but thanks for asking. Please keep asking again. That leads me to say, I want you guys to always know that I don't ever want to miss your questions, ever. I never want to ignore you. If I do, I missed it. I missed you. I'm sorry. Ask again. If I misunderstood your question, please ask me again. If you don't understand my answer, ask. Just keep asking. And I don't mind the same questions over and over again. I like it. Everybody listening needs to hear it. Okay. All right, next question. This will be the last question for part 1. Hello, David. Hello. And this is from Jennifer in San Francisco. Hi, Jennifer. How to stop hating the covert narcissist. How to stop wanting to punch him while he's provoking me. How to coexist with these evil beings. One of the examples is that one day last week he woke up early, stole the remote control, then went hiding in his room. I knew he took it because my daughter witnessed it. Since we are all stuck home, we have our TV on most days. I got angry and asked him for it. He denied he stole it. He immediately pulled out his recorder to record me while I confronted him. Guess what? The next morning, it miraculously appeared on the dining table. David, please let me know how to deal with this type of behavior. He constantly trying to provoke argument. Love your videos and thanks for all your help. Jennifer from San Francisco. That must be awful, awfully stressful. So we don't deal with them, okay? And I say that, Jennifer, because we all have a choice. We all have a choice. And if this is not what you want to do, then stop doing it. Make a different choice, Jennifer. And I'm not trying to, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not, it really is, that's the main point here, Jennifer, is that he's abusing you. okay? And he's around your child. And your child picks up and learns a lot. Your child's being neglected from this person, and it's a toxic relationship. Your child's being deeply affected. It needs to end immediately. Any parent that says, I'm staying together in a toxic marriage for the children, totally doesn't understand. So this needs to end. You need to move. You need to get rid of him. This relationship needs to be over. And I mean that. And I'm not talking like this just needs to be fixed, or there's hope, or you need to go to a dating counselor. No. You tell your therapist stuff like this, and they still want to counsel the both of you, they're crazy. This is abuse. This is sick psychological gaslighting and abuse. It's gross. It's disgusting. It's going to make you doubt yourself and go crazy. It needs to end. You asked me how to deal with it. I don't know what else to tell you except a method called gray rock. Gray rock method. We just act like a rock. You're playing his game where the remote is. He's doing that on purpose. He likes your emotional reaction. It's like entertaining to him. He's trying to meet his emotional needs. He doesn't know how, and so he's harassing you to get emotional attention. Okay? It needs to stop. I would start documenting things. I would start calling the police, and I would definitely start seeing a professional and have your child see some kind of a professional too to deal with all this stuff. Like I said, move. It sounds like you need to possibly take some drastic measures. But we don't interact with him. You don't ask him anything. You don't tell him a single thing anymore. And you do not react. No emotion. You cannot give him any emotion. Eventually he'll get bored and leave or start abusing you more. And that's where we document stuff, and that's where we call the police. But you need help. You need real help, Jennifer. If you can't do this and deal with this on your own, ask for help to do it. Okay? I'm sorry. That's awful. Awful for everyone involved. And it's when you're in it, Jennifer, whenever you're in something like this, it's much more worse than you think. It's much more worse than you know, much more worse than you see, probably much worse than anyone telling you. Okay? Much worse. This is really damaging your brain. It can ruin your future and your child's future, okay? Please get some help. Thank you for asking, Jennifer, and please keep asking me more questions, okay? That's the end of part 1. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in part 2, okay? Please tune in. Thank you. Love yourself first. See ya. Bye.